The second neurodivergent superpower I think we can tap into is empathy. But empathy, a lot of us who are neurodivergent, because of our own struggles, we're able to feel for other people, So a lot of times if somebody's struggling and you've been there before, you have empathy for that person. You're able to connect with them on a level that most people can't. Our struggles are sometimes what connects us and brings us, closer. And Leilani, you're completely correct. Empathy is a double-edged sword, because sometimes you get to a point where you try and you're feeling too much, like you're taking on responsibilities that aren't necessarily yours. So it is a double-edged sword, and I thought about that when I came up with this list. I thought about that. And Leilani, I know, so like I said, the second neurodivergent superpower is empathy, but it can be a double-edged sword. So you do have to be able to regulate your emotions, so that way you're not like taking on emotions of everybody else, because doing emotional labor for everybody else is very exhausting, right? But to feel empathy for them and to be able to reach out to them and connect with them is very helpful. So it's a double-edged sword. You are correct. I lost my job a year ago due to my ADHD. It was just before I started ADHD community online really exploded. My boss had ADHD, but now I understand that ADHD does not present the same for everyone. I'm still grieving the loss. So Carrie, first of all, sorry for your loss. Sorry for losing your job. And that's why education is so important, because your boss, I'm not sure if your boss is a guy or a girl, but what have we learned from talking about ADHD online? We've learned that ADHD does not present the same for men and women. It can be different, right? It can be more disorganized in you, and it can be more apparent for him. So sometimes even within the ADHD community, we don't understand each other. You would think that we all understand each other, but we don't sometimes, right? Setting healthy boundaries. Yes, if you have the book right here, Setting Healthy Boundaries is page 204 in the workbook. I need to order some more copies of the book. I ran out. Manage what works for you. 15-20 minutes for my meds to kick in. Let me answer a couple more questions before I drop in the third neurodivergent superpower. It seems that I have been on Adderall that some days I take more than 2 a day. Should I change meds? How do you keep from taking more? Because, so Kai, this is what I'll say. So, we are all supposed to take what the doctor gives us, right? So if the doctor says take 1 pill, you gotta take 1 pill. If they say take 1, you should not take 2. But let's say the doctor told you to take 1 pill and you took 2, right? If the 2 pills work for you and help your anxiety and depression, you can go back to your doctor and say, hey, you gave me Adderall 10, right? Example purposes, let's just play with that. Let's say the doctor gave you Adderall 10 and you say, oh, one day I accidentally took 20 and I felt so much better. You can talk to your doctor through that. And sometimes I've had patients do this before where they accidentally took twice. And I'm like, oh, so 2 works better for you and no side effects? All right, now we're going to roll with 2. So I'm just going to rewrite the prescription where you take 2 instead of 1, So sometimes we can talk to our doctors and just let them know. And hopefully, that they're able to figure us out and adjust to us. Your brain has a certain window to switch from task to task. I literally have to say out loud, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, wow. Oh, so that's it. And I have to do it. And it does help if that's a tool I choose to use a day. Helps on depressed days. I struggle getting out of bed. But Heather, let me give you the love of the show for this, and I'll tell you why. So this is important because there's actual evidence that says that, especially for those people with ADHD, they struggle with going from task to task. So there's a delay for the average person with ADHD. You cannot go from task to task as efficiently or as fast as the person who's neurotypical, right? So take me, for example, I have ADHD. Me going from this task to the next task to checking emails, I have to like talk myself through and say, all right, Kojo, we're on live stream right now. After the live stream, we're going to get back on emails and go through the remaining emails and then finish the report. And then after I finish the report, I'm going to go to the gym, and after that I have to go to this YouTube meeting. I have to talk myself through all these things because naturally my brain doesn't register that, oh, Kojo, we finished live stream, we have to go to emails. Like if it left up to me, I'll finish this live stream and I'll put on TV and I'll watch SportsCenter for hours, right? So I have to talk myself through it, so that way I'm not just like stagnant. So I love this.